to be the man, you gotta beat the man. And I'm saying, woo! You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, wheeling dealing, limousine riding, jet flying, son of a gun. And I'm having a hard time holding these alligators down. Woo! Styling and profiling. Woo! Showtime.
Welcome to Defend the Hustle. Buffalo always keeps it a buck.
I can guarantee you most of the audience is going to agree with me before they agree with you.
Lock in, because Buffalo is about to
crack your cranium and fertilize your brain.
Go ahead and
right here, right now.
You go ahead.
subscribe and share now.
Hey, good evening, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Defend the Hustle. Our special guest tonight is Glamorous Closet. Little man, go ahead and introduce yourself, and then we'll get around to our special guest.
Hi, everybody. I'm the middleman picker, part-time reseller, full-time truck driver, selling Amazon, eBay, Walmart, and whatnot. Welcome out this Sunday. Thank y'all for coming out, and we hope to have a good show. Thank you, Glamorous, for coming.
It is certainly a privilege and a pleasure.
All right. So I reached out to Glamorous, and Glamorous always supported the show long as I could remember. And just basically told her that I had forgot, you know, of all the people that we had invited to be on the show. The question was asked, you know, has Glamorous been a guest on the show? And I was like, oh man, let me hurry up and reach out to her and see, you know, if she had, you know, the opportunity or the time available to be a guest on our show, in which she returned, you know, the call with yes. So tonight we have her here, and we're going to try to get her story on the, you know, how she got into the resale world and, you know, what she do in reselling. So without further ado, Glamorous, the floor is yours. You know, you tell us what you would like us to know about you in your reselling world, and, you know, we'll pose a couple of questions and we'll get the show rolling.
Okay. Well, thank you. First of all, thank you so much for having me on the show. I am, it is truly a privilege to be invited on anybody else's platform because, you know, you put in the work to do the platform. I'm just here to talk. So thank you so much. It really is a privilege, and it's an honor, and I appreciate the time. I do. Hi, everybody in the chat. I'm Glamma's Closet, aka Glamma, aka Dana, and I'm a Midwestern grandma. Of probably the most beautiful children in the Midwest, but that is an unbiased opinion from their grandmother. And so, yeah, I had them over the weekend. Woo, they tore my house apart. Oh my God. They'll, you know, there's popsicle sticks everywhere, and you know how it goes. So I started when the pandemic began. I was on furlough, and I had been working in the hotel business for 32 years. And I had worked my way up to like a manager of catering sales, of like, so like selling weddings and selling like, you know, big fundraisers and stuff like that, and filling ballrooms, you know, every chance I got. So, so when the furlough happened because, the furlough happened because of the pandemic. I was put on furlough, so it was like paid leave, where you could collect unemployment, and because you simply couldn't have like 4 people in the same ballroom at that point. There were literally laws that like you couldn't. So I was off for about a year, and the first 3 months I spent like, you know, partying with my little girlfriends on the back deck, and, you know, me and my 2 besties, my Olas, and all of that stuff. So, so we would just sit on the back deck and, you know, have fun. And the thing is that after a while that gets boring if you've worked I worked since I was 13. So I was kind of at a loss. I started watching some reseller videos and thought, well, that looks like fun. And I just, like I do with everything, I just jumped into feet first.
Right.
I didn't even do any research. I just jumped in and tried to do it, and then corrected things as I went along. Hi, Shock, and corrected things as I went along, and that's how it became. Because after a year of furlough, they actually called us back. And I apologize, guys. I've had the worst cold all week, but I was not missing this opportunity to be on Buffalo Show.
Yeah, we appreciate it.
Oh, my pleasure. Trust me. So after a year of furlough, they tried to call us back, and I went in to work for 2 days, and I came home just sick as a dog. And my husband's like, "That's enough. We have worked so hard our entire lives, and when my husband and I first got married, we couldn't afford the rent. I mean, it was, we were eating mac and cheese. We were eating ramen noodles. It was that sort of thing. And we've worked really, really hard, really, really, really hard. I mean, both of us hustling 60, 80 hours a week for decades to get to where we are. And he's like, we're finally at the point now where, where my job is successful enough, you can go ahead and retire and be a stay-at-home wife. After I've already raised the kids and sent them off to college and all that stuff. Now I can be a stay-at-home wife. And I'm like, okay, cool. So I was just like, I said, don't play with me. Don't you dare play with me, because I will call them up right now and retire. He's like, bet. And I picked up that phone and I said, I retire. And that was it. I said, hi, boss. I love you. I appreciate everything, but I retire. Bye. And that was it. I was done. And I walked away from the hotel business, and I haven't looked back. This has been the funnest job I've ever had.
Right.
So he couldn't take it back. He couldn't take that back. You told him
Right?
to
Now I did see her actually. I went by the hotel. I went by the hotel to have lunch with a friend of mine before we headed up to Chicago to meet Veronica Mitka. And my boss came out of the kitchen and she's like, "Hey, how's it going? Your job's still here if you want it. You can always come back." I appreciate you. I appreciate you. You never know.
All right.
So yeah.
No, that's a done deal.
So talk a little bit about your show as well, so we can get that promoted on the show and get people coming to that, because I know you started that last year, if I'm not mistaken.
3 years ago, actually, was when
Really?
I started my channel. Yeah, I know. My channel was around for about a year before anybody realized I had a channel. That's the funny thing, because I didn't tell anybody in chats that I had a channel. I was just like,
Right.
You'll figure it out. And then finally I was like, by the way, guys, I have a channel. And all of a sudden that's when my subscribers started going up, because people, literally, Veronica was one of the first people that was like, wait, you have a channel? You have a YouTube channel? It was so funny.
Right.
So yeah, we just, we do on my channel. I always look at kind of the lighter side of everything. A life is too short and too interesting not to at least have a laugh or two along the way.
Right.
Try to laugh. Try to, I mean, I do a Sunday brunch that I do like reseller news and stuff like that. Shipping news, anything that I come across that I think can help my watchers, and anything that can help anybody in the chat, if there may be, if there's maybe like a I don't know, a shipping strike on the horizon or something like that. I always try to share that news. But we do as much laughing as possible, because like I said, life's just so short.
Right. All right, let me give a shout out to the chat, and then we'll keep it going. We'll give a shout out to New England Cajun Roots. What's going on, Johnny? Appreciate you first in the chat. All in one package. Everyone know that's Miss Buffalo.
Beautiful.
You got so Veronica. Thank you for coming out. Thank you for your support. LKL Keith, thank you, brother, for what you do for the channel. Patrick Murphy, thank you for coming out supporting the channel as well. New England Betty Boot, thank you for all you do for the channel. Mel Flippins, thank you for all your support. Adams, thank you for all your support. Jennifer Hayes, what's going on, Jennifer? I thought you were still recovering. Thank you for coming out supporting the channel as well, and all that you do. As everyone knows, Jennifer being the mod for this channel. since day one. And thank you, Jennifer, for all that you have done for Defend the Hustle. And I wish you a speedy recovery. Char F, thank you for all your support as well. Let's see, I can hustle all day. What's going on, Chad? Appreciate you coming out, brother. Let's see, I think I got everyone.
You said Ella?
Oh, Ella, what's going on, Ella? I haven't even strolled down that far, man. Let me Cheryl, thank you for coming out. Thank you for all your support. Florida Girl Picker, thank you for all that you do for the channel. Let's see. I think I got everybody.
So they knew about Dennis Nichols at first?
That's my husband's name. Yeah. I went online under my husband's email account because at that time I didn't have my own laptop. And we just had the one home computer, and it was just easier when I went on, I would forget to like go and click on my Google as opposed to his. So I was on his email. I mean, I don't hide anything from my husband. He knows where I am and what I'm doing. So
right.
Yeah.
Let me run the Buffaloes for a super chat from Ella. Say here first. Thank you, Ella. Thank you for all your support. Let's see.
Super chat received.
All right. Thank you, Ella. Let's see. All right.
Can I just say something too?
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so my husband and I, we go to like in Illinois, they have like all these little hole in the wall bars, and they'll have like 4 or 5 different slot machines there, just a little something to do on the side while you're at the bar or whatever. So we go out to dinner, and there's like little slot machines, and we'll like play the Elvis machine and then come back and finish our dinners, and then, and then hit up a couple of other little bars. He likes beer. I'm the driver. So I'm sitting here drinking my little Coke one night, and I was at a Buffalo machine, and I do not hit big on any machine. I don't. I'm one of those people that gambles because I like it, and I don't gamble with the grocery money because you don't ever do that. But I do a little gamble. I'll put a 20 in a slot machine and see what happens. And I don't normally win big. I won $1,000 on a Buffalo machine.
Wow.
I know. And I kept going, Buffalo. I was so excited. So Buffalo, Mrs. Buffalo, whatever vibes y'all were sending me that night. Thank you very much. That was lucrative.
No, that's right.
That was fun. Yeah. Like I said, I don't ever win that much. If I win maybe $100 or something, I don't know.
Right. Hey, let me just add this in. So last week I mentioned about the giveaway that in order to win, you had to come in and drop your score into the comment section of the last show. And I don't want to run it all the way back on my phone, but I was trying to remember, Middleman, what was the game? Was it the Thursday night game last week?
There wasn't a game last week.
It wasn't a game?
No, we had told them the Chief and
the Bears.
No, Chief and Ravens, and that's on the 5th. That's this upcoming Thursday.
Leave it to Chris, man. Okay, all right. Yeah. So it's this week.
Yes, this upcoming Thursday, September the 5th.
Okay. All right. So I think 4 people put a score in there for last week. So what we'll do is roll those scores over to this week. So they'll be valid from the scores that was put in last week for this week game. So this week it'll be, you said the Ravens and the
Chief
and the Chiefs,
Kansas City and Baltimore. Yeah.
Oh, it's gonna be a good game.
All right, so that is Thursday night game.
Yeah.
All right.
That's actually a good game to be having so early.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's 2 top dogs.
They're kicking it off with a bang, aren't they? I live in the house of football bit. I'm about to be a fantasy football widow for like 3 months.
All right. Okay, cool. So let me just hit that for a second. So this is the item that I'm giving away. This is it. All right. This is a NECA item. And in order to win, you're going to have to go to the comment section of this show, put in your score, the overall score you think you're going to be between the two teams. So if the score is 21 overall score, the final score is 21-7, then the overall score 28 would be the magic number in order to win. So basically, it's just a prediction on your part to have a chance of winning this item. But the only way you're going to be able to win, you got to go into the comment section and put in your predicted score. So, I don't need Ravens 14, Kansas City, 17. Just put in a combined score, say 35, 37, 21, or whatever you think it should be. And then what we'll do next week show is give away this item to the person that has the closest score. The closest number to the overall score. So hopefully I made that pretty simple. If you want to try to win that item, and that's moving forward, that's how we're going to do giveaways. And pretty much what we're going to do is start to put in two teams, and all you got to do is add two scores. You may not win the first one, but you could win the second. And we're going to roll it like that. So whatever score you put in first, that's going to represent the first game. Whatever score you put in second, that's going to represent the second game. So there's no confusion. So basically, because of the mishap of last week, thinking the game was last Thursday, we'll just roll those scores over as well from last week into this week's game. Thank you for letting me know that, middleman. Because I was like confused. Cause I was going back trying to figure out like who played last Thursday, and I could never find a score. So
yeah,
that is so. So it's the Ravens and the Chiefs. Overall score. Put it in the comment section, not into the chat, but into once this show ends, go to your comment. You can just say, what the score is, or you enjoyed the show, then put your score or whatever. And then, like I said, next week we'll pick the winner based off of who's closest to that number. All right.
Hey Mel, no, if you already put your score in, he's gonna roll it over into this week here, so you wouldn't have to put another score in.
No, Mel, I'm sorry about that. We're just working off some bad information from last week, so we're trying to get it fixed now. So yeah. So Glamis, I know that you sell on. Are you still selling on Posh?
I am. You bet.
All right, and eBay, right?
Not as much eBay anymore. eBay kind of ticked me off.
Oh, okay. What happened with that?
Well, I just, they have, okay, here's the thing. I sell clothes, right? And I sell shoes. So it's a little bit different on eBay for me because you can't get like a lighter in the mail and go, oh, this lighter doesn't fit me. It's a lighter. It is what it is.
Right.
With clothing and shoes, I've sent people things and they're like, oh no, it doesn't fit me. And I'm like, dude, I provided you the size, the measurements across the chest, head to toe. If it's pants, I provided you not just the inseam, but the rise as well. I provided you the waist. I provided everything you need to make your decision. Now you're going to say it doesn't fit you. It's not my fault that you are chubbier or skinnier than what you thought you were. Right. So I got really hot. You can tell my Maplewood comes out when I get hot. That's my St. Louis back. I get like when I get hot under the collar about something, I'm like, eBay, I don't need you. I'm going to walk away. And eBay is like a big global presence. So if that's paying your bills, stay with eBay. Don't go off my temper. But that's not what's putting food on the table. Obviously, my king is putting food on my table, so I'm good. Right. So yeah, I got ticked off at eBay and I was like, no more, never mind. You suck. Bye. And I just sell everything either on Poshmark or on live auctions.
Oh, okay.
Do you do
Yeah,
what now?
Jennifer, make sure you put your score in the comment, not the chat. So after the show, drop your predicted score there in order to have a chance to win. Sorry
Yeah.
about that.
Hi, Shar. Look how pretty she is.
So Dana, do you do any whatnot?
I don't. I did sign up for Whatnot, and I can still go on Whatnot and try. I was a little intimidated by Whatnot because of the speed and all that stuff. I didn't really understand what I was walking into. And there weren't that many resellers doing it when I tried to sign up for it. So I finally got, when you had to get like approved and it took forever. Um, so, uh, so by the time I got it, I had almost spooked myself out of it. So it's one of those things that I'm going to try again this year because I've seen different people come out and go, okay, you don't have to do it this way. It doesn't have to be like a hyper speed, because I'm an old lady. That's my kryptonite, hyper speed. But I do online auctions on YouTube, on my channel, on other people's channels. I'm sure you've seen them on Johnny's channel and on, different people's channels. I do a lot of those.
Right.
Yeah. Somebody
would.
sent me back some leather pants. I was like, it ain't my fault you got leather pants and sausage legs. I was mad.
See, clothing is my kryptonite. I don't like clothing. I learned that was the reason why I stopped purchasing a lot of clothing unless it was brand new.
Mm-hmm.
Because I got tired of people saying that they returning it or something didn't fit, things like that. And then I started buying more shoes for eBay, and that turned out to be all right.
Yeah.
Every now and then, the lower costing shoes they'll send back, but the ones that they have you send through a authenticator, I don't get any of them back.
I'm the same way with like designer clothes and designer bags and stuff. But here's the thing too. You know what you like to sell. You don't have to, nobody has to tell you what you want to source. Nobody has to tell you what your wheelhouse is, where you like to sell things. Nobody needs to tell you like what other things might interest you. So, clothing and handbags and shoes interest me, but jewelry might interest me too. But there's no way I'm selling somebody a stereo system. I could give zero. I didn't even set mine up. Grandpa does all that stuff. So I'm like, you know what you like to sell, I think, and sell what you like and start with that. And then, you can build on it. But yeah, I can see why. And especially with eBay, I ain't selling clothes on eBay. No way. Mm-hmm. If I go back on eBay, it would be all hard goods.
And where you source the most from?
Free. When I can get it. I have the biggest family. I have a pretty big family. I have, and my husband and I have a blended family. So he had 2 kids whenever I met him.
Right.
And so those 2 kids are my kids, his baby mama kids, and her man's kids. So we got a big blended family. We all get along because it's all about the kids and the grandkids now too. So every single person and every single cousin and every single friend and everything related to us, it knows that I'm a reseller. So when they get like a bag full of stuff, or when they're like, hey, I've got these old Doc Martens, do you want them? Or I got this old Coach bag. I'm like, heck yeah, bring it. So my favorite thing is free. And then there's like a local Salvation Army. That's like it is such a honey hole. They come up with designer stuff. They don't even know it half the time. You got to catch them slipping.
Right.
So do you sell majority like the question on men's clothing, or do you sell majority of women?
On Poshmark, I sell majority of women. It's what I know. I do know men's clothing because I have 3 grown sons and a husband, and I have a gay brother who's super stylish, and so I do know men's clothing, but I have better luck with women's clothing because again, it's just, you're going to have best luck with your comfort level with the thing that you love the most. That kind of comes across in your descriptions and, the research that you do into it. That's always going to come across, I think, when you are selling what you love.
Right. So when you listing your items, like, because I'm not, I know we don't have a lot of guests on that talk about Posh and selling on that platform, but when you actually listing your items on there, are you very competitive with your prices, or are you just like in the middle of the road?
It depends.
Right.
I on some things I'm middle of the road. There are some things that are just bread and butter, right? They're
Right.
like sort of everyday. Like if I had like a J Crew black turtleneck, that is a very basic wardrobe thing.
Right.
So I would sell that middle of the road, and the market's flooded. And it's like anything else, the more rare the piece is, the higher the price goes.
Mhm.
And the more demand that there is for it, the higher the price goes. So I do keep my nose to the ground as far as like Instagram, and I talk to my grandkids a lot about this, about what's in style and stuff. Instagram and TikTok. I kind of check out what the influencers are wearing,
Right.
and it'll keep you a little bit ahead of the game. Because, for example, a few years ago, there was an influencer who wore, and I forget which one it was, but she wore a brown North Face puffer jacket. That's not a big deal, right? It's a brown North Face puffer jacket. You couldn't find one. In a week, you could not find one. And they were all sold out. And the people who had one in their closet and they had those high prices on them, they
Right.
were making money hand over fist for probably 4 times as much as what it would normally sell for.
Right.
And so if you keep your ear to the ground, you keep your nose keen for what's going on around you, and you clock your six, you can make some money like that.
Right. Right. Shout out to Nana Tank. Thank you for
Oh,
coming
Nana.
out, supporting the channel. Just doo
Dodo.
Dodo. Okay, I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I'm sorry.
He's laughing right now so hard, trust me.
Yeah, that's the first time I seen the name in the chat. But yeah, thank you for your support, coming out, supporting the channel. But yeah, I try to stay away from clothing unless it's new with tags. I can say probably in the last 3 years, I may have purchased and sold probably 10 pieces.
Mhm.
And not saying that, I had issues with moving that stuff. I just don't, when I go in the stores, I just don't look for it as much as I do for electronics and toys.
Yeah,
I guess it's all about what you like to sell or whatever.
it really is.
But I know some people just watching YouTube and supporting other people's channels. I know some people, making a killing selling clothes and shoes, hats and stuff like that. I just, I just don't, especially like used clothes. I don't want to do all the measurements and taking the different type of angle shots on the photos and stuff like that.
Yeah,
How I
maybe
see
then
some
wash and
people,
clean, and
yeah, all
you
that
gotta
stuff.
clean them up. Yeah,
Just,
yeah.
I got some hats from the Masters. I think
Oh, that's cool.
probably about 14 hats, and they all need washing. And they still sitting in the container that one of my cousins in the family, just like what you were saying. You got so many relatives, and they all know you resell, so they'll just give you stuff or whatever.
Yeah.
And this particular cousin of mine, he's always going to the Masters, and he have all this stuff, and he gave me like 2 containers full of stuff. But one of the things I haven't gotten around to listing is the hats, and the hats are basically used hats are selling pretty good for just with the Masters logo on it. But it's just I just haven't gotten around to washing, cleaning them, and then taking the photos and posting them.
Yeah.
Y'all
I
got
like some hats in the dishwasher.
And the dishwasher,
y'all got good family members. My family members don't give me anything.
What?
And
Guilt
all of
goes
them
a
know,
long way.
man.
You got to guilt trip them a little.
No, because they'll look for a handout when they need it.
That's
They'll call me for something else.
true. That's
But they
true.
won't give me anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Nana
Put the
said she
word out.
only sell clothes on a YouTube auction. So,
Hmm.
I mean, some people, do well with selling clothes. I'm just one of the people that don't, uh, unless it's new with tags, I kind of stay away from. Yeah,
Don't get me wrong. I go into Burlington when I go into Burlington. I look through some of their clothing, just to see. You know what I mean? Because they also have name brand Ross do too.
right.
Well, I look for the jackets or the jerseys or stuff like that.
Yeah.
Those what I normally look for. And then they got the sporting area too. So you get the weightlifting gloves and all of those things like that. They're usually pretty cheap,
I'll be right
brand
back.
new.
Nice.
So yeah, I pick up small amounts of that type of clothing. And we
Mhm.
go to yard sales. Um, Normally I don't grab anything unless it got like tags. My wife grab all the ones that don't. She'll go through all of that, and I'll be like, all right. Start getting the shakes. Like, no, I can't do it.
You're like, no, thanks, I'm good. Well, and it's the same way when my husband, like, if my husband and I were to walk into a mall, we would be looking at totally two different stores. And I'm not saying all girls like clothes and all boys like this. It's not like
Yeah.
that. But I'm just saying, as people, as individual people, I know what I love, and he knows what he loves to look at. So, we go in two different directions, and we'll meet up in the middle later on. But it's kind of like that. I'm like, why would I sell? I tried to source some electronics once, and I picked up this whole box of cords for like $2. I really thought I was getting a deal. I thought I was getting them. And I get home, and Dennis is like, what are these? These are like old phone cords. He's like, nobody wants these, Dana. And I'm like, oh, and it was like, and I looked him up online. I was like, you don't know that nobody wants these. They'll probably sell on eBay for like $100. And they were literally selling on eBay for less than the $2 that I paid for them.
Yeah.
Like a whole bunch of them. Nobody wanted those things. And I'm like, okay, stay in my lane. That's cool.
When I go look for go to yard sale, electronics are one of the top things I look for. Like cameras, even the zip recorders. I know you probably
Yeah.
seen them. They sell pretty good on eBay. Well, you say Posh starting already have the hard goods now, right?
They do. They actually have an electronics section. And I did have a Christmas gift that it was so sweet, but I was never going to use it. Somebody gave me a Fitbit, and I'm like, get real. I'm an old fat grandma, and I don't keep track of how many steps I take in a day. I ain't using that. So I flipped it on Poshmark. I put it in the electronics section. It sold within 24 hours. So you can sell the the electronics and stuff like that on Posh. They just don't have as big an audience. eBay's got like a global presence, and most men, if given the option, and most people who buy electronics in general, not even men, but most people who buy electronics, if they're going online and they see eBay and Poshmark, they're going to go to eBay first because
That's
what they're used to. Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out to Miss All Diggs. What's going on, brother?
Hey, Meso.
Miss All say you want a master's hat, man. You know you can get one of those hats, bro. Ain't no thing.
Yeah, I know, Liz said. I'm still listing on eBay and Amazon and Walmart though. I haven't got around to Poshmark, but my wife had her first sale on Poshmark.
Did she?
Yeah,
That's awesome.
Yeah.
What is her closet? Hi, Texas Val. What's her closet name?
I'm about to ask her. She's in there now. Tanya.
Yeah, I've never tried the dishwasher for washing hats, but I definitely. So you just place them in there. You don't have to put nothing around them or whatever.
They actually sell at like Walmart and some other places. They sell. Amazon has them the cheapest, I think. They actually sell like a little hat washer, so it has like the little round hat, and then
I have a couple of those. I never put them in the dishwasher.
Yeah, you just toss them in there, toss them in the dishwasher, forget about them. They're clean.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
Yeah, definitely try that. Yeah,
I
Miss
still
Hall,
have.
you know, I got to clean it up, man. Once I get the hat clean, I definitely can send you one that way for sure.
Or you can just, if you know you have a sunny day coming up, just get you a sink full of, I would do cold water with Dawn,
Right.
or like lukewarm water with Dawn, and just dip them and dip them, rinse them, and toss them out in the sun to dry on like a little table or something.
Oh, okay.
I like to correct myself. She said it was Macari, not Posh.
Macari.
Yeah, she just came in. It was Macari. I don't even look at Macari. I used to look over there the source, but now I don't even look over there. And Miss Hall said he'll wash it.
Say what now?
He said he'll wash it.
Yeah, all right, man. Hey, it's no problem. Like I said, I got about 14 of those hats, and they was free, so it's no big
He's
deal.
got a restaurant. Wouldn't he be? He would have like the big dishwasher.
Yeah. And speaking of his restaurant, if you never had a chance to get up there to his restaurant, Camo Caravan, I'm telling you, man, that's you got two chefs in there preparing your food, and I mean, it's most restaurants you go to. I mean, you may have a chef in there overall preparing your food, but these guys are hands-on. Mess Hall and his business partner, they are actually hands-on preparing your food. And every time I go to this restaurant, I think I've been there 4 times now, and they treat me like VIP. So, and I'm pretty sure any reseller that go there and let them know that, hey, you're a reseller, and I'm pretty sure you'll get the same treatment. But yeah, the food is great. The atmosphere is great. It's like you're at home eating in your family room or your game room or something like that because of the way they got the place set up. But it's definitely a special place, and I wish Mess Hall all the best with whatever he got going on. I know they got a couple things that's on the horizon with that restaurant, and I can't wait to see the finished products or where they trying to take that place.
It's interesting how creative. I saw a couple of those little snippet videos that he did, like little shorts about like things that he was serving in the restaurant, and I'm like, man, you can't be doing this to people, making people hungry.
It make you want to drive up there, don't it?
I'm a fat girl. You can't show me stuff like that. I'm just saying.
He said
on top of that, the prices, man. I mean, the food is top notch, man, and it's like
it looked like it.
When I go there, he want to give me discounts and this and that, but I try to fight him on it, but then I always kind of get him on the back end with the tips. But it's just like I said, I can't say enough about the place. My son, when he know we are going up there because my daughter live in the same city, but not the same city or the restaurant, but the same city that Mess Hall lives in. Mm-hmm. And when my son know we getting ready to take a trip up there, he know that we're gonna go to that restaurant. So
he knows he's gonna get fed.
Oh yeah.
Like old school fed.
Yep.
I think his son is a foodie. And Trey a foodie.
He is, man. He is. Yeah. That's the place, man. You definitely, that restaurant has some great food, man. I mean, they put their own little twist on the different menu items, but man, all their stuff is good. And it's reasonable. Good. The prices are reasonable.
Yeah, it looked good in the little mini videos. I'm like, y'all got to stop dropping stuff like that. Stop dropping food videos in front of me. That's not right. That's not right.
Yeah, if you ever go through Hopkinsville, Kentucky, that's where it's located.
It's in Kentucky. Okay.
Yeah, it's right on the state line of Tennessee and Kentucky. So
you heard it here first, guys. You heard it here first. If you're headed south, well, I'm like, I assume that it's headed south, but half this country is actually south of that. So probably if you're headed north or south. Excuse me again. I'm so sorry. A little cold. I I did want to mention too, because it's Labor Day weekend, I did want to give a couple of special shout outs to the IBEW union.
Right.
My husband's a part of that. Teamsters Union. Two of my kids are part of that. And thank you for keeping, even if you're not, even if your work is not in a union, they keep the unions usually keep them. If you threaten it, if they feel like they might unionize, they usually stay on the straight and narrow and make sure that you get good benefits and stuff. So thank you for the unions, and thank you to all of the beautiful women holding these these two men up. Thank you, Tanya. Thank you, Bridget, because we all know that behind every successful man, there is a woman who has been clearing the road and making sure that he's got a clear road to walk on, and nothing in his way towards success. So thank you both.
All right.
And
shout out to Johnny. Johnny, the item I threw you in an extra item because I got the package out late. And normally, when I ship stuff out, if I don't ship it on time, I try to throw you. If I can remember at the time, I try to put you something extra in the box. And the actual item that you won, I just sold one of those this week for about $34. So you definitely want to look up the comps on that item, and maybe you hold on to it a little bit longer. You might can sell it for close to 40. But yeah, definitely glad that you received that. So let's just kind of swing it in. We try to do each week now that we're getting closer to a Q4, which we're actually a month away, less than a month, really.
September, first day of September.
Yeah, so we want to kind of swing the show towards Q4, and I'm going to open up the floor to just kind of talk about your game plan for getting ready for Q4. Like, what are you doing currently right now to get ready for Q4? What is promoting your channel, or buying goods, or finding places that you don't normally shop at, but now you're starting to shop there, or just putting the word out more so within your network to get more goods so that you can push this stuff out during the fourth quarter. So, middleman, I'm gonna open up to you, and then we'll let our special guest add her take on it, and then we'll close it out.
Well, like last week and the week before, I was saying that I'm listing. I'm doing nothing but listing right now. I got totes of shoes in front of me right now that as soon as the show would get on. But mostly all I've been doing is listing, sending things into Amazon. I got another shipment that should be done before the end of the week. And as you know, we're going on our little route starting tomorrow to hit some of these stores that we haven't visited in a while. So we gearing up to put as much inventory we can into Amazon and on the other platforms.
Right.
Don't get me wrong, I have plenty of inventory in some of my storage units for eBay and Amazon, but there's a lot of deals out there right now.
Right.
You go in some of these stores, there's a lot of deals. Whether you're going in the thrift stores or whatever, everybody's giving deals right now. And you want to get out there and get it. So that's basically what we're doing right now. And plus, in the middle of the month and at the end of the month, I should be running yard sales. I'm also looking through my prices, like I said last week, to see what I need to put on sale. I'm running sales. I run my sales in tiers on eBay. I do 7%, a 10%, a 15%, and a 25%. Sometimes I go. It depends on how much I have in the item and how long the item been on my in my store. Sometimes I run a 50% or 60% off. It all depends. Normally those items are items I get for $2 and things like that. And I'm not really losing anything. $20 and I got it at 60 or so. I can run 50% off because I'm still gonna make my money on it. So
How aggressive are you with those tiers? Are you doing this like within a month, or this progress all the way through Q4?
I'm doing each other week because
Okay,
one
okay,
thing I don't want them to do is get used to seeing me doing sales. Because then what I mean. Because then they
yeah,
expect that. Because
yeah, yeah,
I've had customers wait till the sale was over with. Even I ran it for a week.
right,
They'll watch it. They'll wait till the sale over with. The following week they'll come and say, "Well, I wanted at the price you had it last week, or that you had the sale on." And I'm like, but then I'm like, well, I did have it on sale, you
right,
know. But when you don't, I just didn't want them getting accustomed to seeing me always doing sales. So I do it
right,
like every other week or stuff like that. But which isn't good because I see some of the bigger stores, they do sales all week long. You know what I mean? And they do it theirs in tiers. They start
right,
at 2%, on depends on how long that item been in their store, all the way up to I've seen some go all the way up to 60 to 70% off.
right,
You know what I mean? And they moving merchandise. It's all how fast you want to move your merchandise. You
right,
know, so I would, if you can do it. Last week I suggested if you run sales and it's during a weekend of a holiday, kind of incorporate that name into your sale. You know what I mean? Like eBay let you put, what's the name or the sale name,
right.
and you put Labor Day's a sale event. Because when you
Okay,
put it in Google, it pops up all the sales. You know what I mean?
right,
And eBay always always in Google. So if you're looking for an item and you're looking for it to be on sale, eBay, even Amazon, um, those items will pop up in the search engine. So
right,
I would suggest to do that. I do that on all holidays. I run sales on every holiday. There's not a
right.
holiday that goes by I won't run a sale, and I
Okay,
and I put that name of that holiday in the sale.
okay. Let me just go over this right quick. New England Betty Boo post this in the chat. Hangout, Hump Day Hangout, the first annual meetup in Dallas, Texas, October the 11th through the 12th. If you're interested, here's the link to the event. So you can go there and get your ticket in advance for this meetup. Um, the only thing about this particular time frame, it's going to be difficult for the Amazon resellers, and I hope that if they do it again, they can move it more closer to the summertime, uh, more so than the fall, because this is. I definitely want to go, but it just seemed that I may not be able to make it due to the time frame that is happening. But if you're available, make sure you support this. Go out and I do plan on making a donation to the event, but more than likely, the more I look at it, I probably won't be able to make it, unfortunately. But hopefully, next year, if they decide to have it, they can move it a little bit more towards the summertime than into the fall. And that's just speaking of the Amazon folks, it's just rough during this time because it's really ramp up for us towards the middle of September, and it don't stop until probably about the week before Christmas.
Mhm.
So,
Well, it don't
um,
stop then. It stops
well,
around
yeah,
January.
I
You
know
know
it
what I
don't stop,
mean?
but it kind of slowed down a little bit, but it don't stop. You're right, it don't stop.
Yeah, because all the way up through January, those packages still going out the door.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Um, I did give a shout out to Nana Tank. Nana, um, I try to give her flowers every time she comes through here because Nana was one of the spearheads that helped my channel get monetized the first time around, um, and also sent a lot of folks to the channel when we first started defending the hustle, and I definitely appreciate her being here tonight. Um, So it's not going to be, we're not going to do the reseller 411 tonight. And the reason is because if you follow me on Instagram, TikTok, I posted a video today of me at Walmart, and that was pretty much so I can kind of give you all the breakdown of what was going on with me today. So yesterday I was in Augusta, which is about 2.5 hours from my house, and attending a family event. And I had to get up at 4:45 this morning, get on the road,
Oh,
and get back to Atlanta. Uh, because of my poor planning, I forgot all my laptops at the house. So I had to come all the way back to the house, get my laptops, go back to the warehouse, then get everything set up for my lister. And then from there, I had to go over to Walmart because we still hadn't finalized the negotiated price. Because normally, what happens is when they want to move the items out of clearance, I got it set up now where we'll come in, I'll see what they have, and then we'll kind of negotiate the price so I can get the stuff for way less than what's marked on the clearance price. So we kind of, you know, tussled on that for probably about 30 minutes or so. And then from there, I got to get into my retail arbitrage mode, go through the different clearances and see what type of money I could make based off of the prices that they was going to give it to me for. And then from there, now I got to wait for the clerk to check me out. And so that took pretty much all day. And then I came home figuring I could get me about 30-minute nap and forgot to set my alarm on my phone. But it just so happened at 7:30, something just woke me up. And I was like, boom, at 7:30, I ran to the bathroom, washed face, and then I run in here and apologize to Glam and Middleman. So that's the event that I had pretty much today. If you got a chance to see the video, thank you for your support. But I plan on making a full video to show you all those items before I ship them out. And actually, this week is they're gonna definitely ride out of the warehouse this week for the ones that I'm sending to the fulfillment center, and then things that I'm gonna just sell on Walmart, it'll remain in the warehouse. But I definitely want to get it on film so I can show you all, what I got, the prices that I paid for the items, and try to inspire people to do it in your location. Everybody could do it. I don't have nothing special that I'm doing, even though I do thank the Almighty for favor, for putting me in the position to be able to get these deals, but everybody could do it. You just got to be able to go in and speak the language, know what you're talking about, and talk to the right people. And ask for favor from the Almighty, some uh people get on me about saying Almighty, but if you understand, it's the greater power, for this world. So if that's something you want to do, just we can talk about it. And I can kind of give you some strategies on what you need to do, what you need to say, to talk to these people to get yourself in the door to kind of get these deals if that's what you want to do on the retail arbitrage side. So I wanted to speak about that tonight, more so than just go in and talk about reseller news, because we're going to be talking reseller news from now until probably December, to kind of keep you abreast on the scams and stuff like that, and the bolos, be on the lookout for stuff. But I just want to tell you all, like, my day for the day, and why the show was a little late, and what I kind of accomplished today. And I would tell you, anybody that's doing retail arbitrage, or you just out there in the thrift store or whatever, get sourcing. The adrenaline rush you get when you out there and you getting these good deals and you buying stuff. And I wasn't tired, I was just full of energy. As soon as the deal was over and I got all the goods, man, I just crashed. It was like,
been there. Yeah.
yeah. So if you can understand what I'm talking about, that's how I felt today. So so let's just get into what you accomplished. I kind of open up the segue with that on what I did. I got some other things I can speak of, but we're gonna go around the room. Middleman, you can talk about what you accomplished this week or what you got going on, and then we'll get around to special guest Glam. Then I'll close it out.
Now I want to see what Glam do to prepare for the Q4. You never let her.
Oh, I'm sorry, Glams.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
actually,
Yeah,
it has to
very
do with
much.
what I've done all. Honestly, it's kind of mixed in with what I've done all week. So,
Right.
if you want to talk about what you've done this week, then I'll just mix mine in together.
Okay,
It's
cool.
like it's raisins and flour. It's the same bread.
Yeah, but that's all I did. Well, what I was talking is what I was doing during the week was listing and things like that.
Right.
But yeah, that's all. I haven't done anything special. So yeah.
I did some. There was something that I decided this year I was going to try something in Q4, and just try something new. So I did I do on my channel. It's called Classy Crap Auctions. And it has to do with my sister and I were out yard sailing one day, and we saw a sign that said "Classy Crap" this way, and we thought it was hilarious. Took the picture, and so now all the auctions on my channel are like, if I do a live auction, I'm like, it's the Classy Crap Fall auction or the Classy Crap, Valentine's auction or whatever. So so I did, for the first time, I did an all accessories auction that was all me. I don't normally do solo auctions on my channel. I don't normally auction on my own channel that much. Usually that's just a gift from my members. That's a perk for my members, and they can auction on my channel, or if I have like a fundraiser or something like that. So I did my own auction on my own channel 2 days in a row. And what I wanted to find out was what was the best time slot, what was the best, what sold the best, what was maybe not the best seller for me, and all of that. So I did a little bit of R&D, and I'm actually ramping that up for the holidays. I'm going to be doing 2 or 3 different accessories auctions before my husband and I. We've got some plans in November, and I'm taking off from most of any reselling that's not kind of basic reselling. Like, I'm not doing auctions in December because I spend that. There's a reason why I'm retired and I'm a grandma, and I spend that with my family, and
Right.
we'll make the holidays special and spend as much time as we can doing all the stuff. So, so because of that, October is going to be crazy busy, but that's what I've been working on, doing the auctions. And like for the next 2 months, I'll be just like in auction here, auction there, auction here, auction there. Because what I want to do is stack up the paper that can, that'll sort of get me through the holidays without. Here's the thing, my husband and I, it's not like I can't go shopping with the household card. But when it comes to like his Christmas presents, or if I want to do something special for him for like our anniversary or something, I want that to come from my account. I want that to come from money that I earned and I hustled to get. So on my own, because I'm weird. So, so I'm trying to stack up paper for that, trying to stack up paper for, giving good Christmas gifts and stuff like that. So, yeah. And so that I can take the month of December off of really doing the push, and just enjoy my family. Because that's what we do it for, right? Like, so we can, so we can have more time to spend with our families.
Right. A little more time for leisure.
Yeah.
Let me run this super chat from Nana.
Nana.
Super chat received.
Thank you, Nana. Appreciate you. All right. So,
Stacking paper, saving money, stashing cash, all of that. Nana.
yeah, for sure. So what I'm doing right now, outside of still sourcing and trying to get deals on things that I can push towards the fulfillment center with Amazon. is I am going into all of my inventory. I have, let's see, I have 6 different sets of containers in the warehouse, and right now we are on container set number 4, and we are going through those containers to make sure, well, to ensure that all the items in the warehouse are accounted for and listed on whatever platform that I need to sell those items on. So we're doing a great job at that. My son and my lister, my granddaughter, basically, she picked it up real quick, and she's been doing it over the summer. So she's very efficient, lister. So they pretty much handled that while I was at Walmart trying to work a deal to buy out the clearance. So that's one of the things that I've been working on for the last 3 weeks is getting that inventory straight, and trying to be in a position, because like last year I did very well on Walmart. I mean, Walmart actually surprised me on the amount of sales that I had with them. However, I did not have everything available for the customer, and this year I don't want to do that. I want to make sure that I have everything in the warehouse available so the customer can at least see it and potentially make the purchase. So that's pretty much where I'm at right now. I'm going to continue to buy and try to make a mad push, getting everything out of the warehouse, sending it to the fulfillment center that I'm not selling on Walmart or eBay, and just sit back and see the results of my strategy for this year at the end of December. But like I said last week, when Picking in the Hood was here, is that what we're going to try to do with this show as well is not just give out good information about reselling and stuff, but also give out some of the deals that we are finding out here so that you can be on the lookout, or you could go out and find these items as well and not have to be a part of some type of group that you're paying for just to get a deal on where to find items at for good prices. And that's something that we're going to bring to the channel. Hopefully by next week, we'll start putting out a few bolos so that you can get out here and find some of these deals if you choose to. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have going on right now. And I'm pretty sure as we get into the full scale mix of Q4, is a plenty of things that are going to come about that we're going to try to basically be a hybrid with this show for us when it comes to reselling and intermixing in with the chat to open up the doors to some of these deals that I come across. I know that last year I reached out to a few people. I think is Johnny still in here. He was one of them, and a couple others, Picking in the Hood, and a few other people that I would just randomly send a message to let them know that, hey, this is a good buy. Go ahead and get you a few if you can afford it. And I think they made pretty good money off of those. And I want to open that up to the rest of the people in the chat for no charge at all. Just I find the deals and I pass them on, and that's going to be somewhat of a reward for me, rewarding you all for coming out here supporting the channel. Even if you support it in the shadows, it doesn't matter. I'm going to put it out there. You use it if you want to. You don't, hey, I understand.
How can I get on that list?
Hey, I'm sorry, I didn't mention your name, but you notified, man.
I don't remember all of that. Hey, you did you gonna put out the information about what Ross employee had told you? What Ross is trying to do this year?
Yeah, so I talked to one of the people at Ross. I think it was the store manager. I'm not 100% because I normally, if if it's not the store manager telling me, I don't put any weight into it. But basically, what they said was Ross is trying to change their business model and go away from uh, flooding the store with toys. They're trying to get into home goods. They're trying to do like, and I know some people in here constantly shop at home goods. And if you can remember, home goods used to have a section inside of the store just for toys for kids. If you go in home goods now, that particular section has dwindled down and they don't even put toys in there no more. You may find one or two toys, but not like before where it was like a whole aisle on both sides. It was toys. Now you go in there, you may find a small section in there that have a couple of toys because they're expanding and bringing in more home goods, like the title say, into their store. And from what she's trying to tell me is Ross is looking at taking that business model and doing the same, bringing in the small furniture, more home good type items because, those stores are looking at their sales. They're looking at, what is the customers coming in to buy, and they making an adjustment. So one place that I went to, I normally go there anytime I get my truck service. I go to this particular Ross because it's very huge. It's one of the biggest ones in Georgia, and they are known for having, like, say a regular Ross might have 4 of one item, but this particular Ross would probably have 12 to 16. So I would go there just to get more. And when I went there and I saw their toys area, which they moved it from the old section of the place and put more home good items over there. So when I went in there, I seen that they only had two shelves full of toys. I was like, "Where are your toys?" And that's when she explained to me like what Ross is trying to do. So that's not good for the toy buyers.
Ross one of our big stores we go to.
Yeah, it's place the source for toys for sure, but it's gonna be a bummer if they don't. But like I said, man, when we had a discussion about it, the good thing about it is if they do dwindle down their toy inventory and don't have the toys like they have had in the past, they're gonna open the door up for us because we have all the toy inventory pretty much. I'm saying us meaning the resellers that go out and get the toys. So once one door closed, another one open, and that's the way I see it. If Ross closed down their doors for toys, then the customer gonna have to come see us. So then that's just the way most of the time business roll. Just like who that was Blockbuster or something like that. That they couldn't keep up demand, or people just want to order movies, or stream the movies, and then eventually they went out of business. And then what happened? Here come Netflix, and the Red Box and all them type places. So it's always going to be an outlet. And right now, when it comes to selling online and moving items that most customers don't really want to go in the store and buy anyway, that opened up the door for us.
I said, Messar got a question in the chat.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I'm way behind in the chat, man.
You good, bro? There's a lot going on, even with the big lots closing. Out the big lots around us, neither one of them are closing. They still going on strong. Because I ain't see any signs or anything saying anything about discounts. They stay busy though over here.
I haven't. So for me, I haven't been doing OA a lot. I normally start like really sitting down and getting into the OA in October. So I don't know, that's all. I haven't really been making purchases online here lately. Everything I've been buying has pretty much been in the store. So I don't know about the online pricing errors. Do you, middleman?
I've been sourcing Kohl's. You see, Kohl's been having a lot of sales going online. So,
Right. You notice any online errors with the pricing, though?
no, I haven't noticed them. If they made any, if they have, I haven't heard anything about it.
Okay, so that would be like an online store that like they're like it's supposed to be on clearance for $10, but they accidentally move the decimal point and it's $1 or something like that.
Yeah,
Right.
like what Amazon
Okay.
do sometimes. Amazon
Right.
that happens on
That's
Amazon a lot.
nice. I didn't know that
Right.
happened. That's nice.
Oh yeah, yeah, that happened a lot. I know on
Use
Amazon
that.
it happens a lot.
Yeah.
And sometime if the computer catch it, they'll send you an alert to let you know that hey, you got a pricing error, and if you don't get that message in time, to change it, you could get bought out. Within
Yeah.
minutes.
But Messall,
Wow.
the website I think you talking about is the one that Buff put out what 2 weeks ago. What's the one that we keep getting all those alerts from? I had to turn that thing off. I haven't used it
Oh,
anymore.
you're talking about Mama Deals.
Mama Deals.
Yeah, Mama Deals put that. I mean, yeah. So,
Well,
what
you
was
won't.
so, hey man, I put that out. I'm hoping people had forgot it, bro.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah,
Maybe I should have told Messall to get up with come in the back of.
it's all good, man. It's all good. Like I said, man, we're gonna open that stuff up for people anyway. But Mama Deals, if you really trying to get inventory for cheap, I'm talking about quality inventory. I'm not talking about no what's that place? Temu. I'm not talking about Temu. I mean, I'm not, definitely not talking about that. I'm talking
Sorry,
about
but from a clothing reseller, I'm like, there's no crap.
I'm talking about US brand stuff. If you're trying to get items like that, Mama Deals is definitely a place you want to go. Now the alerts are off the chain because
Oh man.
if you ignore the alerts, you can look down and within an hour you can have 100 to 200 notifications on different deals. That these deals are clockwork. They start early in the morning and they run to 7, 8 at night. You just gotta have your phone set up. So, and the thing about it is, you never know when that phone is going to charm, and it's a deal that you want. I remember a couple of years ago, LOL had a dog that went on sale. It was the Beyonce lookalike dog, the Bumblebee or Beehive, LOL dog. They had those things on sale for $13. I purchased as many as I could purchase because it was a limit. My wife purchased as many as she could purchase. My sister purchased. I was calling everybody, hey, buy, so I could get a lot of them. And when Christmas time came around, those dogs were selling for $63 a piece, and I purchased them for $13. So those are the kind of deals that be popping up on Mama Deals. So you want to look for those things because it's money to be made. But like I said, the flip side of it, you got to put up with all the notifications coming through because sometimes it'll come through and it'll be stuff you're not interested in. So for me as a reseller selling toys, it may be 30 notifications come through, and then on that 31st, it's a toy deal that's unbelievable. I got some dogs on there this year. I still got them in the box. Haven't opened them up or anything. I hit Johnny up. I hit Middleman up. And I hit a couple other people up. And these dogs right now, I think they was $20, and right now they almost $100. So,
oh my god,
those are the type of deals. And like I said, that's the kind of stuff that we're gonna start putting it out on the show. So people can grab these deals. You just gotta be moving. And what I'm gonna try to do is, soon as those deals hit, closer to showtime, I'm coming in the show, bringing those deals so that you can try to get to it, and then eventually maybe just setting up a free group where I can just send out a blast and you can go and try to get that stuff.
Or just do your $2.99 membership.
Wow, man, we good on that.
Hey, I'm just saying.
We good on the $2.99.
I'd have to turn off the notifications when I'm not. I don't know. I would be able to put up for about a month, maybe a month and a half, with having my phone blow up like that, and then after that, I'd be like, no, I'm done. I'm sorry. I would get so aggravated.
Dana, when I tell you, it's non-stop. You might could put up for maybe a day. It is non-stop.
I do have kind of a short temper when it comes to stuff like that, so it might be,
And if you're trying to sleep or take a nap and you don't have your phone on silence, that thing is constantly going off. But don't get me wrong, it's a lot of deals though. It's a lot.
Another thing about the Big Lot, and I'm not sure if everybody noticed, but not all the big lots are closing down. It's just the ones that are not meeting, that haven't met their numbers in the last 3 years.
That's interesting.
Are going to close, but not all are closing. We have, I think, about 14 or 15 here in the Metro Atlanta area, and I think 5 of them are not closing. So, and I got that from a store manager as well.
And Mel Flips, the best time to go to big lots, even if you got a small one, is during Black Friday, because it's 50% off. And
no, is it Black Friday? Yeah, it is Black Friday.
It's Black Friday.
Yeah,
is that day? Yep, Thanksgiving Day.
Yeah.
Well, Thanksgiving Day, I should say. But
right,
if you go in there, don't just look for toys, because they'll run them sales on Thanksgiving, Black Friday, and each one of them is in different departments. Like they'll have toys on that Thanksgiving. That Friday will be electronics, which is 50% off. If you go in there, I'm telling you, I pick up a lot of electronics from them during that time. I'd be trying to talk to Buff about it. Buff don't like dealing with a lot of those bulky big things, so he don't get them, and
no, I was laughing at Patrick Murphy.
Oh yeah, and they do sell pretty well. Like you could get a $50 coffee maker for $25. Them air fryers, those big air fryers, $25. And right now, if you look on Amazon, some of them are selling for $80, $90 right now. You just got to even on Walmart. Some of those sell on Walmart for the same amount of price. And eBay, you put on eBay, you pay $25 for air fryer, and it's normally $50. You add the shipping on there, you're already going to double up your money.
Yeah, it's definitely money to be made if you hit it on, like Middleman said, Black Friday, Thanksgiving Day. They open up early in the morning, and you can get there, spend an hour or two, before your family coming over for the Thanksgiving dinner or whatever. Normally, what I have done in the last 3 years when I found out about it is I get up early in the morning, I run, hit 5 or 6 of the stores, got another reseller on the phone so we can collaborate on what's in the stores. Yeah. And then I meet up with my family and we go, and do the Thanksgiving dinner thing. But by that time, I pretty much hit all the stores I need to hit in my area. And it's definitely, like Middleman said, some money to be made from that spot. That's why, when we heard about Big Lot was closing down, I was like, man, they couldn't wait till after Thanksgiving to close down.
When the ballers buy the whole store out, right?
Yeah, exactly.
But what I can tell you about Big Lots too, when you run the stores like that, the receipts got a additional $10 off. I think it is. Isn't it 5 or 10? 10% or $10? It's $10 off. So every time you go to the store, you can use that receipt to the next store.
Oh.
So you get that $10 off. You know what I mean? So think about that. If you run them this year, go to the first one, get all the deals you're gonna get. Go to the next one, keep your receipt. Use that receipt for another discount on the items that you got from the following store, and then go to the next store Some of them will let you use 2 or 3 of the receipts. Some of them, I don't know, all of them will, but some of them will.
Yeah, and then you'll run into a couple of stores that they don't know. They ain't used to having resellers in there like that, and they'll try to tell you there's a limit on things that you can buy, but that's not true.
Not true.
You know? So you can buy as much as you can afford.
Yeah.
I'm getting all sorts of inside info in here tonight, honestly.
Yeah. Don't miss out on it. I'm telling y'all, that's
No.
Big Lots is a very profitable store during that time.
Yeah.
Any other time they raise the price and then they'll say they discounting it. But that's,
My husband and I were talking about going to Big Lots and getting some patio furniture for next summer. You know, because we don't. I mean, this summer's pretty much we're
Gone.
Midwestern, so it's almost over. It's almost fall. But we thought, we get those end of season sales and maybe get something really nice for next summer and sort of replace what we've got. So now I'm going to be like, you need to wait till Black Friday because I have been told that that from people who know that we're probably going to get a better deal on Black Friday, and then maybe we'll start off with like the table and the umbrella, and then come back with that coupon and use that for the chairs or something like that.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, if they're going to do it, let me see if I can slide in there and get an extra, 20% off or whatever. That's cool.
Yeah, like Lisette, New England Betty Boot. I don't call it Lisette. New England Betty Boot was saying like the cashback apps out here as well. So she said use Hog, and it's other ones out there that you can use to scan your receipt and get cash back.
Yeah. Now I know when I take like and it doesn't matter honestly what the bag of stuff is, but if I take even like just a little 10-pound bag of stuff, like old clothes or like anything that my family gives me that I don't want to sell online, I take them to Savers and I drive up and I drop them off, and when I make that donation at Savers, because they are a for-profit company, and Savers is like the thrift store. They give me the 20% off coupon, and that coupon doesn't expire until December.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, I agree with that, Patrick. I have seen some stuff in there that they do kind of have a few items in there at some ridiculous prices, but that's just sometimes the way the cookie crumble with that with Big Lots. If that's the store you're speaking of. I went in there one time. They had these big Rubbermaid cabinets that they was selling it for $350, and at Walmart they was $150. And I'm like, they the same. The dimensions are the same, and how this supposed to be a discounted store, and you selling it for $350 at regular retail price.
Be like, now you want to know why you're closing down some stores.
Exactly.
Now you all of a sudden you got now you know.
Yeah. So yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Them gas apps do come in handy there.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely.
And I mean, you should be like these tools that Betty Boo is dropping in here. I mean, if you're a true reseller, you should be using this stuff anyway. I mean, just for your tax purposes and stuff. Also, one more little tip that we can put out here is don't sleep on GameStop. GameStop is just not for video games. They have a lot of collectibles in there as well, and they do have clearances. So for the key that I use to awaken me about Big Lots is every now and then go to their website and see what they're selling on sale, not the regular price, but go to their sale page and see what's on sale. If they got stuff in there on sale, 9 times out of 10 it's on sale in the store as well. So that's what I use. The rule of thumb is, I'll just take my phone and I'll go there just to do a quick check, just see what's going on in there. And sometimes I catch those sales right when they happen. and I get up, I go hit GameStop and be getting some nice action figures and collectibles for some great prices. And when I say great prices, I'm saying probably 80% lower than the retail price. So you just got to be vigilant to check, from every now and then, just go in there and check and see what's going on, because they have sales every quarter. And their main sale is in January, which me and Middleman take big advantages of.
Look, he's laughing at the good deal he got in January.
Because I didn't know both gonna put that out there. I'm like, I'm laughing at
hey,
that.
Man, I told you, bro. Hey, we're gonna open it up, man. We're gonna get these folks the information, because the thing is, it's just like when I came into reselling, I learned a lot from just watching Ree's a Reseller. And one thing that stuck with me about what he said was, you can tell 100 people what you're doing, and only one gonna move.
Yes,
so that's why I don't care about putting this information out, because I just use that as a rule of thumb, because I just look at, and I'm not talking down on anybody, but I look at some of the people that are close to me, and I pretty much spread the news throughout my family. And I may have one, maybe two people in my family that move on it, and this is, if you do it, not saying my way is the right way, but I'm just saying, if you do it similar to how I'm doing it, it's a life changer, and I put this information out for free to people I know, and, they don't move on it. So, I mean, that's why I say on this channel, man, we just put the information out there. They use it, they do, they don't. Hey, at least we put it out there and stick to the name of the show of being transparent.
Yeah, and my family members, I tell them a lot of things about that, but I run into sales.
Right.
You're right. Nobody will go out, especially during the holidays when they want to get gifts. They want to get gifts for their kids and everything. I'm like, well, okay, so they got these on sale and this on sale, and I know a lot of, like, my nephews and my little cousins and grandsons and granddaughters. I'm like, they like these certain things. So maybe my wife wound up buying them and wound up getting it to them, because their mothers and my brothers and all them won't take advantage of it. So yeah, but GameStop is like you said, is a very good, and you don't even have to go in the store. If you got a pro account, you get even a bigger discount.
Yeah.
So that's another thing that a lot of the experienced resellers do. They get those pro accounts. They get, because you want some kind of additional discount no matter where you go. It don't hurt to get cards. Ross got credit cards.
Huh.
Ross has credit cards. I ain't saying go and get yourself in debt. I'm just saying if you don't want to spend your money during the holiday time, you might want to look into getting your maybe. Depends on how disciplined you are with your money. So
right.
I'm not trying to, it don't hurt to get some of these cards, TJ Maxx cards and things like that. If you know how to,
if you can control
yourself.
Yeah.
Right.
You use it for business, but there's still a lot of my local grocery store, Schnucks in St. Louis, and a couple of other places too, like Starbucks. They have frequent rewards, so you don't even have to and my Savers has a frequent rewards thing, so you don't even have to sign up for their credit card. A lot of times you just do you have a loyalty program, and you sign up for that, and they automatically start sending you all that stuff.
Don't they know
cheap outside of my family, my friends, my family, my when it comes to my work life, I'll pay the money, but when it comes to everyday life, I am cheap. We live way below our means. Way below our means.
TJ Maxx got they got that too. You buy so much and you get points.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Oh man.
I love that.
Yeah. They
I don't source at TJ Maxx. It sounds weird that I don't, but what I'm looking for and what I'm looking to pay for it and then flip it for it works a lot better for me for secondhand stuff.
Yeah, but if you go in there and look for stuff for the family,
for Christmas,
it's good. It's good to look for stuff for the family and charge it on the card, and you get points for it. So you come back and get a discount next time and they'll send it to your email. So they'll scan
Nice.
your email. I mean, they'll send it, you scan the barcode in your email.
Yeah, I didn't know TJ Maxx had one like that. I didn't know Ross had one like that. That's incredible.
Right. Yeah. And,
Yeah.
finish saying what you were saying about the pro account with GameStop, because you got a couple comments in here
Yeah.
about the GameStop. Patrick Murphy was saying that he bought something and waited a couple years and got 5 times profit on it. So
Yeah,
what you were saying?
they give you additional discount with a pro account. So the price that you see, that they'll have a clearance price on there or whatever, then they'll slash it out and say for pro members. So you get additional, I think it's additional 10%. I think it's additional 10% discount onto the discount they already got if you got a pro account with them.
Yeah, it varies. It'll vary from 5 to 10%.
Yep. Then you got points. They give you points for everything you buy. So with the discount, plus if you got enough of points, it cuts it even more.
Yeah.
So you stacking your points, you stacking your discount. Yeah, it's little things like that keep you running as a reseller and help you with your profit margins. And that's the name of the game.
And it's a good feeling too when you go in there and make a major purchase and they tell you got 250,000 points and you can take $60 off your purchase. Those are because most of the people that have the pro accounts, they're not resellers. They're just coming in to buy the newest video game. So when they see somebody like us coming in there and then they go into our account and see that, oh, this guy got 250,000 points, or this guy got 160, or she got, so many thousands of points. They get excited for you. They like, oh, you can take $60 off, or you can take $80 off. Like, yeah, go ahead and do it. Because they'll go into your next store to build them back up. But yeah, definitely a place you can go and make some good money off of finding this stuff for markdown. Let the market die out, and then come back and sell your stuff.
For those clothing resellers, look into Nordstrom racks.
Yeah.
If y'all don't know, look into Nordstrom racks.
Yeah.
They constantly have sales because they closed a lot of their stores too.
Mm-hmm.
I made some great purchases off Nordstrom rack, and they were female shoes. Just
right. They go backstage at Macy's as well.
Yeah.
Clothes and stuff, if that's what you're looking for.
They always run this. They always run the sales. People think of that name and they won't even look on their clearance.
Right.
They have tons of clearance.
And it's interesting too because you never know with Nordstrom Rack. I've gone there. If I do retail arbitrage, that's the type that I would do. Take something from a high-end department store, find it dirt cheap in their outlet or whatever, and then flip it that way. But like I have a friend she only does that. Literally that's the only thing that she does is retail arbitrage from Nordstrom Rack and from like Neiman Marcus and stuff. And she went to Nordstrom Rack. She found some Gucci sunglasses, and they were $89. Now that does not sound like something that a reseller would, put that kind of money out. But she bought them for $89. Those were $800 sunglasses, and she sold them for $700. So she's dealing. I mean, she's dealing at a bigger level than I am. I'm like, I don't want to invest that kind of money. But it's the same sort of thing where if it's got to be the same with like electronics and toys. It's got to be the same sort of thing.
Let me run these Buffaloes for tenure right quick for Florida Girl Picker. Just a second.
Super chat received.
I appreciate that, Florida Girl Picker.
Mel, from Nordstrom, I do OA. I do online. Because they offer free shipping at a certain amount. Try to I think it's think it's $70 or something like that. But it's
But
be
I
easily
just
get that.
let me give a disclaimer on those on them though. When you buying shoes from them, don't expect them to send every pair of shoes in a complete box.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know,
Or in
they'll
the
send
regular.
you a generic box with the shoes in a bag, and you know you get what you get. So, you know, I can say though, out of the 10, at one time I ordered 10 pair of shoes from them, and only one pair came in the generic box and in the plastic bag. The other ones came in with the paper, the right box, and the the shoes, of course. So
Yeah.
just beware of that. You know,
Yeah.
that
It's,
can happen.
But it will be new. So if you
Mhm.
Oh yeah, yeah.
you know, so if you sell on eBay or even Amazon, you still sell them on Amazon like that. And I'm pretty sure
NWT.
Poshmark.
Yeah.
So
The new
so
tags always
yeah.
sells first.
And like we said last week, do your numbers. Do your numbers.
You got to do your homework in this business. Am I right?
Yeah.
Oh
People
yeah,
think
for
that
sure.
you just go out and I just go to the store and I buy something cool and then I go online and then people spend, billions of dollars on it and blah, blah. That does not like sourcing is like 10% of what you do. You got to do all the homework before you go sourcing, before you go buying anything. And then afterwards, you got to do shipping and you got to do logistics and you got to do, there's a lot. You got to list it. You got to do all that stuff and promote it.
Yeah, let me speak on something Middleman talked about a couple of weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
Is the bolo game? You definitely have to be careful with the bolo game. You can't if you're gonna chase the bolo. You definitely got to be the first one out. In the bolos that I like. I mean, I like bolos. Don't get me wrong, but the bolos I look for are the bolos that are already discounted down. I don't look for retail price bolos. Those bolos are the type of bolos that can get you in trouble. So be cautious of that when somebody say be on the lookout for something and it's the retail price. If like Middleman stated, if you're not the first one out with that item, then you could be holding that item for a while. So be careful with that. When I shoot out a bolo, 9 times out of 10, it's already been marked down discount. It's just came back up because somebody found a bunch of them sitting in a warehouse somewhere, and they're just trying to get rid of them. So just be cautious of that and don't get caught up in the bolo game because it can put you out of the game.
Yeah.
That happened to me when I first became a reseller too. There were other resellers that I followed, and they were like, "Oh yeah, these are the top 10, selling name brands and stuff." And they had me convinced that I had to have all the free people, no matter what it was. I had to have some, the most jacked up looking, worn out Birkenstocks, because no matter what, they were still going to bring me a fortune and all that. Yeah, after a little while, when you're a new reseller, you start to learn. You're like,
Yeah,
I can't take everything everybody says to the bank like that.
exactly.
I gotta do my own research. Yeah.
Exactly.
And if you able to list that stuff right off, like when you run your numbers and you see that there's not really a lot of people on that, if you got to list that stuff that day. And for Amazon sellers, if you can FBM it,
What is FBM?
fulfilled by merchant.
Oh, okay.
Because if you take that time to send it into Amazon, you best believe there's 1,000 other resellers already sending that same merchandise into Amazon.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So FBM it as much as you can.
You know,
So you can be the first one on there.
you want to get ahead of the curve by shipping it yourself.
Yeah.
Then wait for it to go through the transition to get to the fulfillment center. Then it got to sit on the dock for a while. Then they got the inventory, then process it. By the time that happened, that item have been out there a week, and the price is gonna start tanking.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because there's gonna be other people FBMing it, trying to get it in and get it out.
Yeah.
Get it in, get it out. So be aware of that.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's space that she's speaking of is called backstage. Most Macy's have that in their stores, and you can make some good money there. And another thing, I'm just speaking of toys because that's 98% of my warehouse. I go there right at in January after Christmas, and I check they backstage before, and they be there for discounted prices. So
Yeah.
for the place, and I know I think Cheryl may be speaking of clothes because that's true. It's there, but I just I hunt for toys, and it's there as well, especially in January. December time frame, you may not find no good deals at Macy's, but in January, yeah, those stores get marked down, and you got to go into their backstage and make the purchase.
Oh, okay. Okay, Nana, I wrote it down. Rakuten,
Rakuten.
Rakuten.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
never
an
done
app
that.
on your computer. You can put it on your computer.
Yeah, you can
Okay,
put it on if you got Google Chrome. You can make
I
it an
got
Yeah,
it.
extension. Yeah,
yeah, it's an
so
extension.
yeah, make it an extension. Anytime you open up any of those stores, it'll pop up.
Yep. They tell you the discounts or the money back. My bad. The money
Yeah,
back.
money back. Hmm.
I just wrote it down. I was like, okay, Hog app, and I have Big Lots has coupons on the bottom, and I have Rakuten. I've been making notes as I go along because why else am I here? I'm gonna learn something too.
And save you money too. That's
That's
the
right.
point.
And like I
Yeah,
said, we're cheap. I just saw I did, we just had a family tragedy, and it was and I'm not going to get too far into it because it was just awful. But it had to do with somebody just living way beyond their budget,
right.
living way beyond their means and stuff like that. And it's always been a policy of my husband and I. So we're like, spend about half of what you make.
That's
Spend
great.
half of what you make. If you got to go a little over, that's okay. But make that your goal to spend half of what you make, because if you've got, I mean, honestly, how tall ceilings do you really need to have? How new does your car really need to be?
Right.
I mean, how much gold can you take with you when you go? I mean, that's why we spend, when we go generous and we go nuts on our budget, we ain't got to worry about it because we do that for friends and family. And we do it for holidays, and like
Yeah.
if my friend's dad passed away, and and they needed a little help with the funeral, I can do that. We're very generous with friends and family, and other things that we enjoy. But when it comes to day-to-day life, be cheap. Be as cheap as you can. You get every single discount you can out of them.
Yeah.
That's grown up poor 101. Yeah.
Right. Um, Mel had a question. I know that the Nordstrom, you can do it in the store and online now. The backstage with Macy's, I'm not sure if you can do that online. I think you got to go in the store, but I'm not 100% on that
I do my problem is that I don't do a lot of retail arbitrage online. I'll order like mystery boxes because they're fun and they're from my YouTube channel. But for the most part, when I'm doing retail arbitrage, I have to be there in person. I have to make sure that a blouse can look really cool, but if it feels like cheap polyester, I ain't picking it up. I'm not touching it. You know
one.
what I
Right.
mean? Because I don't want my customers to be as disappointed as I was. So,
Yeah.
excuse me, I'm so sorry. But yeah, it's yeah, I don't normally do the retail arbitrage where I purchase online, but I'm doing something a little different too. I'm doing something that you do kind of have to see in person.
2025 buff.
Yeah,
$20.
it's gonna be in Hopkinsville, Kentucky, man, at the Camo Caravan. You go ahead and spearhead at Mess Hall.
Go ahead and you rent out the place.
Exactly. Exactly. That wouldn't be a bad idea, man. You go ahead and get that going. Uh, have the Camo Caravan reseller meetup, and we come there and crash your place out.
Mm,
Let's see.
Man, there's so many different discounts and things you can get.
yeah.
And then, for us, for me and Buff and other veterans, that veteran discount be something nice sometimes too, added on to what you're already getting. sometimes they won't do another one. They'll just do the veterans because a lot of times it's more than what the other discount is.
Yeah, that cash back changes too, Nana. It
Yeah.
goes up as well. So you just got to pay attention to it. And sometimes it'll go away. You know, sometimes certain items you buy, they won't give you the cash back on it. So, but it's still a great deal when you're making purchases. So I'm gonna go through the chat, and then while I do that, we're gonna go ahead and go around the room. We had an hour and 40-something minutes, and we normally stop this show at an hour and 30 minutes, but
Sorry.
we've been, hey, it's just, we've been putting out some good information for everybody. That's great.
Yeah.
Sometimes you lose track of time. I mean, when you talking about stuff important. So let's just go around the room. If you got something you want to plug, we'll start with the special guest. Glam, you can go ahead and plug anything you want to plug. We can get more people to come out and see your show and stuff, and whatever else you got going on.
Okay. Thank you, by the way. And let me start with that. Let me start with the attitude of gratitude. Thank you very much again for having me on your show today. I appreciate you.
Right.
Thank you for being a wonderful host, and David for being very kind and gracious and a wonderful panel. And thank you to the entire chat so much for your very warm welcome. I appreciate it. That being said, every Sunday morning I do at 10 a.m. Central. I do a live with a Glamhouse Closet live brunch on Sunday mornings at 10 a.m. Central. So if you're not in church or you're not out thrifting, please come and see me, hang out. We just talk about the lighter side of reselling, but we share as much reselling information as possible. I do have in the next Saturday, I'll be on with Aaron Proctor, the ephemera guy, at 5 p.m. Central. And then next Sunday, I'll be on with Two Old Guys Vintage and Resale at 3 o'clock Central. So
is that an auction or no?
Yeah,
Okay.
I've got auctions going on both of those days.
Okay.
And I'll be mostly doing like T-shirts and some new with tags items if you're Christmas shopping. So. But they're like, when I say new with tags items, I'm talking about like, here's a handbag and it's new with tags. I ain't talking about toys. If you want toys, you know where to go, guys. Go see these. Yeah.
Okay. Let me just go ahead, Middleman, then I'll close it out because I want to talk about the giveaway.
First, thank you, Danny, for coming out. It was a great show. It's good to see you. I every now and then I pop in on your show and say hi.
Yeah.
What I have going on this week is I said it earlier. I'm going to be running stores for this week, and then we're going to stop and then just start listing and everything. So some of the information we put out tonight, go back and rewatch it. Some of that is going to help you during the fourth quarter. A lot of it will. Write it down. Like Buff said, we're going to be putting out more and more because we've both been doing it about 6 years now. So we got a gang of information. Tell a friend to come to the show if they want to learn anything about reselling. I'm looking to probably have a whatnot show this week because I'm gonna be off most of the week.
Okay.
If you follow me on there, you'll get the notification. So if you haven't followed me on whatnot, follow me on whatnot. I'm thinking about doing a wrestling show or game show. But eventually I'm gonna run into doing garage sales because I do a lot of thrifting at the garage sale flea markets and things like that. So other than that, I don't have anything else. Y'all have a good week. Hope to see you next week. Don't forget to put your numbers in for the giveaway coming up. Until then, we'll see y'all and God bless y'all. Thank y'all.
All right. So first off, I want to send out a special thank you to Glam for taking time out of her schedule to come on Defend the Hustle and hang out with us tonight. It's long overdue, and I wished I would have thought about this last year. right before we closed out the show. We could have brought her on, but it's nothing like the presence. She's here now, and she brought it tonight. We got to cover a lot of things that we normally don't get that deep into, but sometimes it takes a special person to come on the show and get you to pull that information out. So I thank the chat for all that you do for the channel. Thank you for your interactions in the chat, keeping us on our toes as well. The giveaway is the last thing we're going to speak of, because I want some people to get involved so that you can try to win this item. And as simple as I can break it down, in order to win this item, which is the NECA It. This is an item that you could sell for Halloween. So the different faces. You can go to when this show ends, go in there and put your projected score, overall score for the game on Thursday night. Now, if you want to be entered, you definitely got to get your score in before Thursday. Because if you wait to Thursday to put your score in, it's not going to be validated. I'm only going to take the scores from the people that put in last week and the scores that are going to be put in this week. And whoever the closest overall score is going to get a chance to win this item. And then moving forward, that's how we're going to do giveaways. Now, once I can get rid of this, we're going to start doing 2 games, and we're going to give away 2 items. So let's get the 1 item out of the way first. I tried to give it away last week, but it was based off of some bad information. So now we got that straight. Chris set me up for failure.
Uh-oh.
But
just throw him under the bus.
Yeah, just throw him under the bus, run him over. But yeah, so once we can get this one out of the way, we're gonna start going back to giving 2 items away. But we're trying to get you all in the rhythm of using the comment section of the show to put your scores in, and they're going to use that theme throughout. For football, we're going to go into basketball, baseball, whatever sports that we come up with. You're going to have to put in your score prediction in order to win the giveaway. All right. So with that being said, I appreciate you all hanging out with us tonight. Hopefully we provided some information you can use. Buffalo Picker, Middleman, Glam, Defend the Hustle. See you all next week.